Okay. Now, I was talking about Project Bluebeam. I'm watching Y-Files to kind of bring you up to date about the conspiracy that of what our government is actually doing. And it's really hard to say yes or no. But I can only say that a conspiracy is only a conspiracy until it is realized as truth. And that's why I like to watch Y-Files, because he covers every genre of it, of conspiracy, not just UFOs, not just government. He goes into everything, and I love his show because of that. He takes all of the history, and some true and some fake, that I've learned about over my entire life. I used to read books like they were going out of style, and after I was taught by my grandmother about them burning books during the Nazi invasions of different countries, she said, "No, Angel, they will decide what you watch, what you see, what you hear, and what you read. But our government, the American government, allows you to expand on your knowledge more so than other countries like Germany, Austria, where my family comes from. My ancestors come out of those areas, some further north, further west, depending on where you are on the planet, I guess. But, the Vikings fought against this until they couldn't win, because the Christians were just slaughter machines. They defeated the Romans, but they could not defeat Christianity. That tells you what kind of war machine Christianity can be utilized for. I'm not saying that's what it is, but it can be utilized for that. Why? Because you have a mass of people agreeing to accept things that they may not even agree with, but they accept them as fact. And I have trouble doing that. That's the only reason I don't do religions. I have had a rare opportunity as a young woman to be able to see the 96 books consisted in the oldest Bible in Ethiopia. And it was on web TV. And it was on some kind of documentary. And they had where you could go research it and go see the documents and see a translation of the Bible that they had there. That is when I no longer accepted the King James Version. Because once something is proven to me to be missing all the facts. This is why I've refused jury duty. My whole life I've refused to do jury duty. If all the evidence is not presented to me, then I don't have all the facts and I cannot make a fair and clear judgment call. So I have to have all the facts. That means nothing can be excluded. I want to choose for myself by having all the facts. Now, according to AJ and his conspiracy theories, I'm a dangerous person for that. You're a dangerous person for that. And so our children and our grandchildren have to be manipulated by the government to fulfill their needs, that we no longer, because of open-mindedness and eating from the tree of knowledge, are no longer useful. And so, yeah, I could see all of that. But he's in the debunking phase now of his the blue beam. And a lot of time I like it because he'll say sometimes, I can't debunk this because I can't prove it one way or another. Now that's an open-minded thinker. And that's why I like his show. Now, the rest of the stuff on YouTube, I don't watch really. It pops up because it's campaign season, so I see a lot of it. And yeah, I'm clickbait prone. Okay, I see an interesting title, it triggers my brain, I go watch it. If it's instantly the same jargon, the minute they open their mouth, if it's the same exact thing, boop, I'm out. But mostly what I watch is the real people on YouTube, because I want to know, and they're just doing normal things. Some are canning and cooking and raising their families. Others are nomads that travel around in vans and pickup trucks, and they live on the go. And others are people who choose to be homeless but still earn an income, and they just like living out in nature instead of in society. And those are the kind of people I watch and listen to. Way more than I do the political stuff. But right now I'm worried about my country. And so I have done a lot of political stuff, which is really not my normal. What is my normal is, I'm a conspiracy theory junkie. I love to hear them all. Do I believe them? Some are plausible. Some are just, really? You think I'm that stupid? Okay. But they're interesting either way. Archaeologists, they want you to believe about the ancients and that they had this secret knowledge. No, they didn't. They had knowledge that was either taught to them or they learned through trial and error, just like everybody else. So, now do you understand what I mean? I mean, I love that they're finding some of these ancient cities and they're learning about our downfalls, because each and every time I've learned about the downfall of any society, mass, large society, it has always been political, or it has been religious, or a combination of the two working together. I mean, that's what destroyed the Mayans and the Aztecs and the Egyptians, the Romans, the Turks, the Persians. I could go on and on. Listen, what I do believe is that we're human beings first and foremost, before genetics, before anything else. We are just human beings. We have the ability to communicate with each other in a way that no other species really does. But we've taken it further, that's all. Where ant colonies can build bigger cities faster than we ever could. And these cities, unless there is some kind of weather event, they will last as long as the area stays secured, unless they're invaded. Now, that sounds just like humans. We fight over resources because our government tells us there's not enough. Our government tells us we're poisoning the planet by our mere existence. That's the carbon tax. I don't buy it. I don't believe in any of that garbage. What I do believe somewhat comes from science, because we are learning more. And I remember when web TV first came out back in the 80s, no, 90s, early 90s is when I got it for the first time. Very early 90s, I think. Probably 95, 96, somewhere around in there. Anyway, it opened up a whole world for me. Not only could I use basic codes and understand how to create my own web pages, it was like I had an open library. And if I didn't have that open library, I could research it other ways. That's what web TV did for a lot of us. I mean, the technology is phenomenal, without a doubt. However, you start adding in control factors. Well, we don't want you to learn this. Well, geez, this sounds a lot like we're back in Eden. And if this is Eden, no wonder Adam and Eve were failures. That's all I can say. It does feel like we're in another Eden. The knowledge we're allowed to learn or know is dictated to us from people with bad intentions. They're leaving out facts. They're leaving things out of the picture so that the evidence is steering you the way they want you to go. Now, I have seen that in just my home life. You know, I'm trying to get my children to go to school, get an education. They can choose their field, but I want them to go to the highest level of education in that field. Now, I couldn't do it. I didn't have the skills to manipulate my children that way. But thankfully, a lot of people do. And that's where scientists and great minds come from. So for every flaw that we see in a conspiracy, you can also see a benefit. My issue is that there are some who are still going to benefit more than others. And that has been the downfall of every single society humanity has ever created. And if it was aliens that taught us to be this way, like the alien guys on TV say, shame on them. Because by their own legends, it destroyed their own societies from their own planet on the Anunnaki or whatever. They were killing each other and warring all the time and fighting over resources. When we are in a galaxy of abundance, they're still killing. The only thing that would make us, the human species, any different than anything else on this planet is if we ever stopped killing each other. Ants kill each other, termites kill each other, wasps kill each other, tigers kill each other, lions, elephants, apes, monkeys. The only thing that would set us out and above everything else that lives on this planet, from the insects to the air, which can be tainted by volcanoes, is when we choose not to kill each other. No matter where you come from. That's the simplest. So, you know what they say about the simplest It's usually the right one. So, okay, American Granny has put this one out there, and I've got the other one still that I got to put together with this one. And I'm on a Chromebook, so YouTube Create doesn't work really well, especially because these are larger files. Okay, so please remember, like, share, comment. I am trying to grow my audience. I'm going to be honest. But I've got to get my likes up, and I got to get my subscribers, of course, up. I don't know if I want to monetize, but I do want to get to be a big enough channel that my videos get shared with other people, because I'm more than my politics. I mean, I am human after all, just like you. And if you're not human and you're watching this, you have a brain and you think. So we're similar in many ways. So, okay, like, share, comment, and of course subscribe. I do have a Cash App link if you would like to donate to my channel and help me, pay the bills to keep it running and keep going. I look forward to that, and I hope you do. I'm not asking anybody to join anything or buy anything, but it never hurts when you have no income like I don't. Never hurts to have a little come in at you. So I do have a Cash App link. I have a PayPal link that I will also try to remember to put in these videos. Unless I do things repeatedly, I forget about them, and it's been a while. So, American Granny giving you something to think about again. Al, be good to each other. It's the only thing that's going to change things for the better. Love y'all.